Self-storage never has a down
Why
season.
are Americans seemingly obsessed with self-storage?
Self-storage.
Self-storage industry.
Self-storage facilities.
It's no secret that self-storage is a resilient industry, historically delivering solid returns in the face of recessions and pandemics. But it's not the set-it-and-forget-it business that industry outsiders like to assume it is. When we focus on the ways in which customers interact with our facilities, what is of value to them, and how they found us, we're able to uncover the behaviors that drive our industry and how we can set up our properties and investments for continued success into the future. Your Self-Storage Association recently completed the largest self-storage demand study to date. Powered by CNR Research, we interviewed, surveyed, and screened over 11,000 American households and businesses through scientific sampling procedures during August and September of 2022. As we explore this mountain of data, think of it less as a numbers dump and more as the personal business advisor you always wish you had. Should you invest in your facility's security or prioritize technology? Do customers value anytime access over temperature control? What unit size is the most highly sought in your region? Are you offering the products and services valued most by the incoming wave of Gen Z households? The demand study allows us to answer those questions for you, the key stakeholders of our industry. Here are some actionable takeaways for our owner-operators, managers, developers, large operators, investors, and industry vendors. First is the validation that self-storage is not going anywhere. Steady growth in market penetration rate since 2013 brings us to today's all-time high of 14.5 million households using self-storage, or 11% of American households renting an estimated 1.9 billion square feet of space. Despite a modest dip in business penetration since 2020, total space rented by businesses has increased to an estimated 664 million square feet. How are these customers finding us? Driving by the facility remains the single principal means of first learning about it. However, online search methods in aggregate are now outpacing drive-by discovery for both consumers and businesses. We also learned that almost 60% of consumers and 43% of businesses rented from the first facility they contacted. What does this mean to you? Be easy to find and aesthetically pleasing, both physically and digitally, and make sure to optimize your website for mobile display. Only 5% of renters still pay by check. If you want modern customers, you must have the technology to accommodate their preferred payments. Credit or debit card, online portal, kiosk, and automatic bank account deductions continue to grow in usage. But even if the consumer prefers something, are they willing to put their money where their mouths are? Here are the features that today's self-storage customer will pay more for, or where you can expect to see return on your capital investments. Pest control comes in the clear winner, but the willingness to pay more for anytime access and unit-specific security alarms each grew over 10% since 2019. In-unit fire sprinklers and air conditioning, as well as proximity to residents, all rank about the same when it comes to value for the consumer. Of less importance is having an employee on site at all times and brand premiums. Prioritize your upgrades or product development according to what you know customers will pay for. In 2023, that means addressing your security and access features. Worry less about losing customers to other or bigger brands, and more about providing the features they want and being easy to find. Some of the behaviors we've highlighted, such as online and automated payments or online search methods, are undeniably driven by Gen Z. Now that they are entering adulthood, this is our first demand study where we've truly gotten a feel for this generation's interaction with our industry. Let's take a look at the faces and habits of our next most important customer. Gen Zers are currently defined as between 18 and 25 years old. The majority of the Gen Z self-storage consumers identify as women and are more racially and ethnically diverse than older self-storage customers. Many are students, a apartment dwellers in urban areas, single and living on a lower income. They live closer to their facilities and make more frequent visits and are more likely to find your facility via mobile search. So it makes sense that their most valued features include the facility's website functionality, anytime access, and in-unit security alarms. More than any other generation, this consumer is looking to their facility to rent trucks, rent dollies, and buy moving supplies. This data supports the earlier emphasis on prioritizing investments in upgrades to your security and access features. Don't neglect your digital presence, and consider additional online services such as payment portals or rental functionality, always while optimized for mobile. You may also consider providing services to upsell and keep moving supplies on hand. Data drives the future of our industry and determines how our business is evolving. The demand study is just one of the ways your SSA supports all the key stakeholders in our rewarding industry. The entire 2023 self-storage demand study, including the interactive regional data tool, is available for purchase at selfstorage.org.